Welcome back to the DRo Bets channel. It is week 19 of the 2025 MLS season. We have got a 12-match slate this weekend with one game on Friday and 11 games on Saturday. I have got 5 plays, so let's recap last week, talk about what makes week 19 a little bit different, and then get into the plays. So looking back at the very small schedule last week, I did say I really liked the board. I liked the circumstances around it, and we went 2-1. Fire team total, they scored 7 goals. That was no sweat. And then Portland and St. Louis clutched up for us. Frustrated by that Sporting KC result, given that they scored first, and then basically they gave up a goal on our counterattack with just a few seconds left. But I thought all 3 reads were good. So that's what I'm happy with here. 2-1 overall, a winning week. We're never going to be disappointed by that. And then week 19, it's really tricky. In this week, you've got a lot of teams coming off of a 2-week break, which puts a lot of uncertainty in trying to predict results because teams have had 2 weeks to prepare for these matches. I think we're going to see less overs, more unders overall in the games. And then it's going to be tricky too because of the international absences with Gold Cup. So I do like those. That is some kind of predictability. I think there's a lot of unpredictability, though, with the teams that have 2 weeks off. But I found 5 plays that I like. So let's get into it. Play number one, the very first game of the weekend, a rare Friday night game for MLS, as the Portland Timbers are hosting San Jose, 9:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff, and we are going under 3 goals coming in at plus 135. Now you'll see there's a lot of chalk on my plays this week, and I really wanted to get a good plus number play in, and this number seems way too inflated to me. These are 2 teams in the top 10 of MLS for fewest expected goals allowed over the last month. San Jose has had 2 weeks off coming into this game, while Portland is playing their 3rd game in a row. I think that adds up to 2 composed teams and 2 teams that are going to be tough to score on. We think of San Jose as this really high scoring team, but only 1 out of their last 6 games has gone over this number. They will have Chicho Arango back. He's not on the injury report this week. So, I don't love that, but I think they're going to be super focused defensively in this one. Looking at Portland, they have hit right on this number a couple times, but it has been 6 games since they went over this number. I say all the time, over under of 3. I think it's much more likely that this game finishes 1-1 than has 4 goals. And then for Portland, Jonathan Rodriguez, he is out long term. They've been scoring goals on really good chances, really good shots. So they haven't been creating just a ton of chances. So I like this one to go under 3 goals, coming in at plus 135. Play number 2, and this would be a really good game if both teams weren't missing so many players at the Gold Cup. Columbus Crew hosting the Vancouver Whitecaps, 6:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff on Saturday, and we are going under 3 goals, coming in at minus 125. Again, another under. And again, I just feel like you have to look at the circumstances, and this number is a little bit inflated to get that under 3 protection at a playable number. You look at recent results, and this would be like a really bad play because Columbus was an over machine over the last few weeks. But you have to look at what was happening around those games. It was the end of a long stretch in May where every team was exhausted, and they played Charlotte, Inter Miami, and Nashville, and they gave up goals in those games to 3 hot teams. Now they've had a couple weeks off to rest and recover. A very well coached team by Wilfred Nancy. They're going to have the team ready to play the Whitecaps. And this is a Whitecaps team that is playing without Sebastian Berhalter, Ali Ahmed, Brian White, Jaden Nelson, all out on international duty. They scored goals last week against Seattle, but there were 2 red cards in that match. I think that adds a little bit extra of inflation to this number. But again, this is a very well coached team. And I think they can go into Columbus, who has struggled at times to create chances. No Max Arfston in this one as well for Columbus. He creates a lot from outside back. I think Vancouver can keep this game close. I think the under 3 is a really nice player. I don't see where 4 goals are going to come from. So we are going to take Columbus Crew, Vancouver Whitecaps, under 3 goals, coming in at minus 125. Play number 3, we are going to Soldier Field, where the Chicago Fire are hosting Nashville SC, 7:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff on Saturday, and we are going to take the Chicago Fire team total over 1.5, coming in at minus 105. Now, we cashed on this play last week at a big plus number. I can't believe this is still near even money for a Fire team that is scoring goals for fun right now. They are top 10 in MLS over the last month for expected goals created. They've scored multiple goals in 6 out of their last 8 games, and they are finally returning home to Soldier Field after a month on the road, which I think is a huge advantage and gives them a little bit more juice. They are playing a Nashville team that I love. They've been playing really well. We've cashed on Nashville this year, but no Walker Zimmerman in this match. And we have talked about before what Nashville does defensively when they don't have Walker Zimmerman. He is on international duty. They really struggle. They have given up multiple goals in their last 2 games, and going on the road against a Chicago Fire team that's creating so many chances right now through Bamba, Zinkernagel, there's just Gutierrez, all of these different options. I'm not sure Chicago is going to win this match. Remember when they played Nashville earlier this year, they lost by 5 goals, but it was 7-2. They still cashed this bet. So we are going to take Chicago Fire team total over 1.5, coming in at minus 105. Play number 4, we are going to Minnesota and Allianz Field, where Minnesota United is hosting San Diego FC, 7:30 p.m. Central Time kickoff on Saturday night. And we are going to take San Diego double chance coming in at minus 125. Now, double chance, of course, means they need to win or draw. And I love this play for the road team because Minnesota is going to be playing out without their best forward and their starting goalkeeper, Tony Aloisei, and Dane St. Clair. They are out on international duty. That is something you'd love to fade. And then these are two teams that have been out for a couple of weeks, which, as I've said so far, I think that means it's going to be a more compact game, which favors the team where if they draw, you get the win. I definitely don't mind the under here as well, but the scenario where the under hits, I think it's very likely that the double chance would hit as well. San Diego has been a tough team to beat. They had a little dip in form, but recently they've only lost 1 out of their last 7 matches. As I said, two well-coached teams to prepare for. In San Diego, they are playing without De La Torre and Chucky Lozano, but I think this is a nice spot to back the road team to come out. All we need is a draw in this one against the Minnesota United team that I think will struggle to create goals. So we are going to take San Diego FC to get the double chance win or draw coming in at minus 125. Our fifth and final play of the weekend, and this is my favorite play of the weekend, going down to Houston, where the Dynamo are hosting CF Montreal, and we are going to take the Houston Dynamo team total over 1.5, coming in at minus 125. Now, I am really surprised that we got a playable number here on Houston to score twice against Montreal. Montreal has allowed the most goals in MLS over the last month, and they are missing Saliba, Sealy, and Waterman all out on international duty. That is 3 of their top 5 minutes played outfield players. Strong midfielder, strong defender, and strong attacker. So I see this as a little bit of a disjointed Montreal team having to play a weird game going all the way down to Texas, down to Houston. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid. And meanwhile, the Dynamo, they don't have Jack McGlynn, which certainly hurts that chance creating opportunity. We saw the goal he scored for the national team last week. But this is a team that is averaging 2 goals a game over their last 6 games, playing against the worst current defense in MLS. I like how that all adds up. This is a great opportunity for guys like Andre Linger, their new DP, Ezekiel Ponce. Yeah, it just feels like a really nice playable number to me against a bad defense missing 3 of their 5 best starters. So our fifth and final play is going to be the Houston Dynamo team total over 1.5, coming in at minus 125. So those are my 5 plays of MLS Week 19. Let me know in the comments, what did I miss? I love those of you who are adding those comments, letting me know your plays. They've been pretty good plays overall. So keep those coming. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Stay tuned. As you see, I'll link in the comments. We have the Club World Cup. We're going to be doing a lot of plays on that. Stay tuned later this weekend for my Club World Cup Match Day 1 Best Bets. Hopefully getting some player props out there too. We hit that plus 15, plus 1600 prop in the Whitecaps game last week. That was a lot of fun. Follow me on Twitter to make sure to get those. But that will do it for today's episode. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.